League here after his return to the first-team fold last week at Wigan. The London side then has got McRae at full-back, Butt, Strutton, Maguire and Minto, Tollett and Langer. The forwards Mestrov, Ray, Shaw, Bryant, Allen and Rosalind. And on the bench it's Brown, Pitt, Dinaver, Borden, the coach Tony Curry. And Halifax have Amon at full-back, Bentley, Schuster, Tuilangi, Ikoku, Umanga and Briggs. Forwards are Kettridge, Rowley, Marshall, Gillespie, Perrott and Baldwin. And on the bench, Seal, Moana, Jackson, Dean. Coach, of course, Steve Sims. Match referee is Bill Harrigan, the Australian, who took charge of the England-France game in Gateshead on Wednesday night. It's the first time we've seen him in Super League terms here on Sky Sports this season. So one of the top referees in the world. And Super League here at the Valley gets underway. It's London against the Blue Sox, and immediately a blunder from the kickoff. Carl Gillespie allowed the ball to bounce, and it fooled him. He got a touch on it.
Well, what on earth he was thinking of there. He should have taken that on the fall. He had all the time in the world to get to it. Well, not the best start, but the Broncos will not be worried about that. They will get possession when least expecting it.
Good drive forward. And it came in from Darren Shaw. This now is Justin Bryant trying to make some more yards. Rowley hangs on to him, hauls him down. Now a chance here.
Good work from the Bronco forwards. Bryant, then Mestrov.
Langer. Tollett. And he gets the ball away to Ray Allen. Tollett again. They're moving it very quickly so far, the Broncos. This is Rosalind, who is in the loose forward role in place of his captain, Terry Mattison. It's with Langer. Langer gives it to Tollett. Tollett dabs it through with the outside of his boot, and Abiy Ikoku taking no chances. He hacks the ball dead.
Nice little kick through from Tollett, but good work by Abiy Ikoku. He took no gambles at all. He was in a good position. Let's get out of here.
Yes, Ikoku just hammered the ball out and behind his own in-goal line, so it means that Simon Baldwin will have to drop out from underneath the sticks. The referee, though, is putting Mark Perrott in the blood bin immediately. Got a touch of blood coming from a cut on the nose, and so Michael Jackson gets a very early introduction to the Valley.
Well, more pressure being applied to this Halifax side, but it was good work by the London forwards. Shaw, Bryant and Mestrov, and Shaw again showing his power.
And here's Mestrov once more, driving it hard up the middle. The Halifax defence on this occasion standing firm. Ray there again. He gets the ball away to Allen once more. Notice his older brother Gavin sitting in the stands here with Terry Mattison and watching this match just as we made our way to the gantry. That's a lovely reverse pass, and that's going to be the first try for Mark Maguire. Lovely ball inside, and what a start for the Broncos here. Mark Maguire with his second in Super League.
Good work from the forwards, the link there. Long ball out from Langer. Back on the inside by Tollett. He went through a feeble attempt to tackle, and Mark Maguire, but great approach play by the Broncos. You could see that Halifax was slow to move up, and once Tollett rolled the ball back on the inside, Michael Jackson was caught cold. And the big centre, Mark Maguire, gets the first of the day. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more. Tremendous work from Tollett. Good positioning by Maguire. But Jackson was sucked in. Bang. You could see Jackson was looking at thin air. And Maguire, with strong thighs, bursting through the would-be tackle. What a great start.
Maguire, the man who made his debut here against Oldham 2 weeks ago and scored a try. And he must enjoy the Valley, because that's his second of the season here and his second match here. And Maguire has taken over the goal-kicking responsibility today. So he's trying to increase the 4 to 6, which he does. Maguire has never kicked before for Broncos, but he has in Brisbane League football. 6-0, London ahead.
Back on the inside, and you'll see that Jackson is left. See how it just hangs back. He realises it's too late. And bang, the big centre goes over. What a great start, and it all came about from that mistake from the kickoff.
So for the first time, after 4.5 minutes, Halifax have got the ball in their hands. First set of 6 for them, and stern defence as well. That was Ray and Shaw closing in. This now is Martin Kettridge, captain for the day. There's a Broncos player down injured. It's Justin Bryant, but that's a lovely break from Michael Jackson. He's got a ton of support with him. This is Mike Umanga, and Mike Umanga's going to reply for Halifax. He does. His momentum takes him over. What a start to the match we have here. A try at one end, and straight from the kickoff almost, a try at the other. Umanga for Halifax.
Tremendous counter-attack. The switch from the open side. Beautiful pass there. Jackson in the clear. Wonderful pass back on the inside. And the man that had started the season at fullback, now at standoff. They wanted his penetration in attack, and it came through. Great stuff there. You could see that Langer was just too late. He failed to move out, but great support play off Jackson's pass by Umanga. Desperation from McRae. But one movement, no double movement there. Tremendous effort.
Well, his switch from fullback 5 games ago has coincided with the Halifax revival. Mike Umanga with a terrific try, and John Schuster from bang in front should level the scores here, and level the scores he does. London 6, Halifax 6. What a start to this match.
There you see the little halfback. Kevin Langer gets sucked in 2-on-1, and the big substitute Jackson. Beautiful pass on the inside.
And they made that break, Halifax, with Justin Bryant down and needing treatment. He jogged his way back into the defensive line after the try was scored, but that could have been a reason why. The Broncos were lacking a little in defence, but it was a wonderful, wonderful attack from Halifax just the same. Stepping through the tackles is Ray Allen. Good tackling by Tuilangi. It was Graham Strutton who felt the full weight of that. Here's Darren Shaw again. Darren Shaw and Martin Kettridge, by the way, in opposition today in the Emerging Nations World Cup. They were both in the Scottish squad. Avi Akoku, former London player. The Halifax winger, number 23.
Tremendous kick, though, from the fullback, Duncan McRae. A little sandwich just over the top. It just bobbled there. Ikoko did well, but it was a good kick and chase. And Halifax are really putting some power into their running now.
Yes, they've started slowly from the kickoff. They conceded the territory, didn't they, when Gillespie couldn't get the ball on the bounce. And then they conceded the try, but they've certainly found their feet now after 8 minutes. It's 6-all. And here now is John Bentley. The kick from Asa Amon, the fullback, and what a kick it is to within 10 metres of the Broncos line. And McRae will try and run the ball back. He goes over the shoulder of Schuster, takes the tumble. Good tackling there from Gillespie. And Langer now to Tollett. Tollett, such pace, lovely vision. He's got Strutton in support. Good tackling by Amon, because that was a try. Had Strutton got the ball away to Ikram Butt, I think it was, who was in support.
Tremendous defence from the fullback, Amon. Ball and all tackle, saved the day.
And that's the last tackle, that's the turnover. Broncos caught in possession on the last tackle, but a great break here, Steve-O, from Tollett.
Superb, wasn't it? He threw the dummy and away he went.
Martin Kettridge does well, unloads the ball, finds Rowley. Rowley is tackled by Langer, but still manages to get the pass away. And that's Carl Briggs disappearing under the challenge from Strutton. And Ikram Butt to Elangi in the side because Graham Hallis is out injured. Rowley to Kettridge. Kettridge just over the halfway line. Good tackling by Justin Bryant. I think he's still feeling the effects of that clatter he took. Last tackle here for Halifax. It's with Rowley. Rowley hosts the high kick. McRae is underneath it. No real pressure on him. There was a chaser, but he arrived a bit too late. Simon Baldwin.
Got a bad knock, did Rowley, just whilst he was getting that kick in. The defence had committed himself there. And that really was a big one. Marshall coming over the top. Oh, really put the shouldering.
Ikram Butt trying to get away from Ikoku, couldn't do so. It was a late challenge. Was he committed?
I think he was committed. It was a close one. It was all right, according to the referee, Bill Harrigan. Either way, he felt it did the hooker Rowley. This really is a fast and furious game. You can see both sides are keen to get on with it. Quick play the ball.
Well, last week, the Broncos tried to slow it down a bit against Wigan to knock them out of their rhythm. This week, the idea is to play it at 100 miles an hour, according to coach Tony Curry. Abi Ikoku is tackled by Tony Ray. Rowley the dummy half.
Another kick over by Duncan McRae. They obviously feel to the London Broncos that the weak link is Abi Ikoku.
Schuster takes the tackle after the pass from Bentley. Craig Dean in there at dummy half. Here's Bentley again. Almost through Bentley, saw a half gap. Mestrov was there, and so too was Ray Allen. Rowley straight up the middle from the dummy half.
That's what we expect from the hooker, Rowley, and that's what's needed. Halifax rely a lot on him gaining those valuable 10-15 metres, and a quick play the ball can catch the defence off guard.
Gillespie to Dean. Out wide it goes to Umanga. Umanga through one. Gets the pass away to Schuster. And McRae was a bit high, but it's kept the movement going. Baldwin out wide to Bentley. Now then, did Bentley get it down in the field of play, or didn't he?
The touch judge had the flag up, but good refereeing by Bill Harrigan because Duncan McRae went very high. Well, you can see he planted the ball on the line, dead in goal. Well spotted by the touch judge there. But it was a high one from the fullback McRae, and Harrigan went for it. There you see Schuster, and the referee says carry on. Not a great deal of impact on it, but intent was there.
Tollett, and this is Strutton, gets the ball away as he falls to McRae. McRae on one knee, thought about passing, but thought better of it. Ray to Langer. Scampering little run from Langer.
Good run as well. He's running the angles. He's a tough little character. No stretch to the defence.
McRae back to Tollett. The ball comes free and it went backwards. It's on the last tackle list, so it's play on. And that was a kick through. But the referee has called the knock on.
Well, there was nothing that Talangi could do about this. Talangi came to it and the kick to him. There you see it. That's why the referee Harrigan said that it was the last one, the handover, but a bad mistake.
Well, he ruled 6 to go, and then London knocked the ball on, so that's why we have the scrum down. They got 6 to go because of the charge down, and how about that for a charge? Razor Ramon. Big, strong tackle, and Steve Roslin felt that. This is Michael Jackson. Great Britain international, of course, Michael Jackson. Only on the bench now, 6 caps. He's missed the last 4. Schuster through 2. Schuster has got a ton of support with him. Bentley is there. Schuster's backed him up, and Schuster's going to score under the posts. Well, almost. Langer came across to stop the run behind the woodwork, but Bentley cut them to pieces with Schuster down that right-hand side, and Halifax have the lead.
London having a lot of problems in this left-centre department. Strutton and Maguire really got sucked across, especially Maguire, and Schuster should have been stopped. And away he went. I thought he'd taken the wrong option. He had Rowley down on the inside, but it was a good pass from Bentley. Rowley was unattended. Either way, Schuster gets it down for the 4. But the defence of the London Broncos out wide, you can see that the number 1 Yamanga inside and out. Beautiful step though from Schuster. This is the point I thought they'd blown it, but good support work. You can see Rowley trailing down in the middle. Excellent stuff.
So Schuster, the man who scored the try, is now trying to improve matters and make it into a 6-pointer. And you might have noticed that Schuster sort of ambled his way towards the post. Well, he obviously has got a lot of kicking ability himself, and he has no real doubts about that in his own mind. So here's the chance for Schuster to add the extras. It's worth pointing out that Halifax might be pretty awful at Thrum Hall, but they're doing well away from home this season, as Schuster makes his mark, gets the extra 2. Halifax 12-6 up against the Broncos.
2 defenders get sucked into Mike Yamanga, and bang, get it away. They really do have a problem out there. Mark Maguire and Graham Strutton are struggling, but what a great pass from Bentley. And Schuster gleefully accepts another 4 points. Well, they started badly, and they've not done much better than that.
Asa Ramon pulling his hair out because he's hit the ball out on the full from the kickoff. Penalty to London Broncos on halfway.
Well, this could be the break that the Broncos were looking for, because they've been blitzed. They raced to a 6-0 lead, but Halifax really have bounced back. They're finding the gaps out wide, and the Broncos are a bit stunned about this. They had this game under control in the first 5 minutes.
Justin Bryant off, Russell Borden comes on. Bryant certainly groggy from a very early tackle that he took, and Russell Borden to add a little bit of weight and pace to this Broncos pack.
They'll miss Bryant, and it looked as though he had a bad shoulder injury.
That's a great run now from Rosalind, who gets in for a determined try. It was coming from 10 metres out. He called for it, he knew where he was going, and he took the pass at pace, and Rosalind gets a tremendous try.
Good work from the dummy half position, and I'm afraid the second markers for Halifax. And look how Rosalind just goes bing straight into the corner. Well, talk about a side that just loses concentration. You could see there that they were coming back, and they just completely lost it. Mike Yamanga had his back to the attack, and Rosalind take full advantage of it.
Tremendous try from Rosalind. It's his 136th game for the London club today. Last 4 he's been as a sub. The Mattison injury that he picked up in Hyde Park of all places gives Rosalind his chance, and he has taken full advantage of that. Great strength from the loose forward. Now Mark Maguire, his first attempt was from bang in front. This is a little more difficult, way out on the touchline. Formerly with Brisbane Wests, under a coach named Tony Curry, Mark Maguire. Now under his control here at London, and that's got chances. That's got more than chances, that's got 2 points. That levels the scores again. The Broncos 12, Halifax 12.
The loose forward Rosalind could see that Yamanga, there's the man circle going backwards, and look at the defence from Halifax. That is not one straight line. And good work. applies the speed and the strength. They were caught napping.
So 12 all, 19 minutes gone. Quite a match. Halifax, as I say, going for a third consecutive away win, having won at Leeds and Paris. They also drew at Workington in May, so they're trying to extend their unbeaten away run to 4. And the Broncos coming home after so many travels this early summer. 8 from 11 they have here at the Valley between now and the end of the season, and wanting to impress everybody in the capital, everybody in Super League as well, of course. 12 all, quite a match. Kettridge gets the ball away, and out wide it goes again. Schuster to Bentley, Bentley on the inside, then to Umanga. Umanga finds Rowley, Rowley gets it away to Dean. Dean turns Langer inside out. Bentley's on his outside, and Bentley gets another, but the referee, I think, called it back for forward pass. The last pass to Bentley looked forward, and the referee has called it.
I think he's right as well. Why on earth Briggs delayed it so much? The break was there, and again down that left-hand side, and it's a good call from the referee, Harrigan. The Australian is extremely fit. He was up with the play. What a great decision, and it was only brought about because he was up with the play there. He wasn't 15 metres behind, he was level with it.
Tollett, London feel they've escaped. Tollett just might do something here. Certainly the run to launch another attack. An Ipram butt from the dummy half roll, dumped to the ground by Carl Gillespie. Felt that butt. Ray and Darren Shaw head to head with his opposite number, Michael Jackson.
Oh, great tackle there by Gillespie. Just spun the winger down, bang.
McRae, lovely short ball to Mark Maguire. Good tackling it was, though, by Umanga. This now is Tollett. And Tollett hoists a high kick out here. They don't think Ikoku's safe under the high ball, but he was pretty safe then.
Well, this is the third occasion that they've applied the pressure to Abi Ikoku. I said earlier that obviously the game plan with London was that they thought that he was a weak link. Well, he's proving not to be. They've got to change the tactics there now. He's equal to the task, isn't he, Ikoku?
Level pegging here then at the Valley. 21.5 minutes gone. Let's go down to Alistair Mann, who's got Terry Mattison with him.
Terry, a last-minute referee decision there and kept you in front. What was your view of it?
Yeah, it looked forward to me, and one of the passes, there was one a bit earlier that I thought might have been forward, so we're a bit lucky, I think, that it's 12 all. We started the game really well with a good try and maybe gave us a false sense of security, and Halifax are playing well.
So obviously at level, I meant you didn't draw behind there, but Terry, obviously the important thing is that you think that they're doing things well going forward, maybe defensively, 1 or 2 little slips. Yeah,
that's right. Halifax seemed to be hitting our left side defence, and every time they've gone down there they've made a break, so we're going to have to fix that pretty shortly.
Here's a kick, and they were all offside. Now you must give them a 10-metre.
This now is Darren Shaw again for the Broncos. Good tackling though by Rowley. Langer to Tollett. McRae goes without the ball. Kettridge gets it back.
It was knocked by Jackson, I feel. If that's the case, was there 2 men in attendance? That should have been a penalty. McRae back on the inside. No, perhaps just before Marshall came into the tackle. Here's the incident there. It's dragged about by Jackson just at the time where Marshall's making the impact.
So it's Broncos head and feet at the scrum. Tollett. Tolson Tollett is a real danger, leading try scorer for the Broncos with 7. Now this is Russell Borden. Ray and Nestrov unloads the pass. It was needless, really, and Michael Jackson dropped on the loose ball.
Well, he got a right rollick in here from Langer, who said he was trying to get there in the half-back situation.
And Bentley will now get a right rollicking from his Halifax teammates, because he went without the ball on the far side.
Well, it wasn't a difficult pass to take. An experienced winger like John Bentley should have taken that. Well, that's the second occasion that Halifax have made elementary mistakes under no pressure whatsoever.
Here's the danger man, Tollett. And he drags Strutton on the inside, and the support is there from Maguire. And Maguire gets his second. Well, the mistake from Bentley out wide, and Halifax were lacking up the middle, and Broncos took them to the cleaners.
They make the mistake early in the tackle count, but nice work there by Tollett, back on the inside and back inside there again. That was really great stuff. See how Tollett pulls in, Strutton through. He's pretty strong, good offload as well. Great support play there by Mark Maguire. You see clearly from the high shot. Look how the dummy runners, there was one dummy runner first. Strutton came through. Oh, that is a classy try. There he goes. Amoni went too high, and he just went in. But look at the support play. Oh, that is wonderful stuff. The Broncos are back in business. They take the lead again.
Maguire with the try. Maguire now with the conversion attempt. 2 from 2. First one exactly where he is now, bang in front of the post. Second one way out on the left-hand touchline. So there he is, 10 metres away from the posts. And Maguire taking his time. And make sure. Another 2 points then for the Broncos. 18 points to 12.
You can see how Tollett uses the dummy runner. Unselfish stuff here. First dummy runner. See how it took out the man. He should have been in that position to make sure that they got Strutton down. And Strutton did well.
And Mark Maguire has got a personal tally now of 14 of the 18 London Broncos points so far today. Having a field day. Here's Abi Ikoku again. They're watching him very closely. Don't want an old boy to make an embarrassing return to the Valley.
Well, Tony Carey, the Broncos coach, will be happy with their fight back to take the lead again. But the two centres, Graham Strutton and Mark Maguire, they really are impressive in attack. But I'm afraid they still have problems in defence. He has to tighten that up, Tony Carey. I'm sure the word has got out to them. They've been caught on 3 occasions now out on the left side.
Briggs will dump the ball over the head of Duncan McRae, but it will pick up pace and it will run dead. Tony Curry, the London Broncos coach, the man who came up with the formula to prize a point from Central Park last weekend, looking to get 2 more points here at the Valley against Halifax. So far so good, 18 points to 12. But after 2 narrow defeats at St Helens and Warrington recently, I guess they will be saying here at the Valley, well, what might have been.
Still a long way to go though, and they've got so many home games down here. No one will enjoy coming down to London. They're playing pretty good solid stuff at the Broncos, and it would have lifted their spirits that Bradford got beaten today.
Well, if they win here, it really will make it a bottleneck at the top of Super League. McRae with the high kick. The fullback's waiting for it, and he was safe underneath the ball in the end. Amon
did well there, but just arriving a little bit too late. But it was a pretty high kick, though, from Duncan McRae. His kicking game today in open play has been outstanding.
Bentley tries to put a foot on the gas, cuts inside, he's missed 2. He's got Briggs in support. Briggs is surrounded by the Broncos jerseys, and Langer gets the tackle in on him. That's a good attack though, led by Bentley and kept going by Briggs. This is Baldwin. Baldwin gets the pass back on the inside. Kettridge to Tuilangi. Tuilangi tries to cut inside Borden. Ikoku, he's tackled. Gets the ball away. Rowley tips it back on the inside. And again, they keep the movement going. Kettridge, and again. Good quick hands, good stuff. Oh, terrific. Schuster, Bentley's out wide. Bentley cuts inside. 3 in support. Brilliant try. magnificent try from John Bentley, and it was brilliant Halifax build-up as well. Ball spinning round like a pinball, and Bentley over for a fantastic try.
It all started a long way before this. It was Carl Gillespie that made the initial lovely little pass there to Kettridge, and then when they swung it out wide, Schuster did well, but Bentley showed his class. Inside with a step, he threw the dummy. Oh, and the full back holds his head. Second effort, Rowley did well. Oh, great stuff. They kept it alive, Kettridge. Then when they got it away, Gillespie did so well. But watch Schuster. He feeds the winger. This is class. Step inside. What's the dummy? Whoa, take that. World class, John Bentley.
Sensational try from Bentley that was. England international, Great Britain international. A try in the last 2 away games. That's 3 tries in his last 3 away games now for John Bentley, and they don't come much better than that. So John Schuster now can level the scores again. And Schuster does exactly that with the extra 2 points, 18 all.
This dummy is absolutely superb. He cannot believe it, the fullback Duncan McRae, that he actually took it. It said it all, didn't it, that slow motion then.
But you've picked it, Steve-O. They're being cut to pieces out there on the left-hand side. There's not much defence there.
No, and it's all down to John Schuster. He's in fine form. He may not appear to be doing much, but he's causing havoc on that left-hand side in the Broncos' defence. As we mentioned earlier, Strutton and Maguire doing well in attack. Well, they've got to tighten that defence up quickly.
This is Ray Allen now. Roslin rather now. Roslin, who scored the try just a few moments ago. We've got a great open match here, haven't we? Langer, loses the ball. And it's now picked up by Richard Marshall. He is tackled. Let's go pitch side and hear from Alistair and Paul Cullen.
Paul Cullen, can we thank the excellent conditions, the summer rugby, for this one?
Well, I think you certainly can. The weather and the size, the width and the length of this pitch is certainly factors. I think the Broncos are having awful problems on that left-hand side in defence, and Halifax are zeroing the ball to that weak spot on many occasions. They're keeping the ball alive and just trying to destroy the Broncos, especially wide. I think equally on the left-hand side for Halifax there, Tulson Tollis is making breaks for fun, so we can expect a wide and expansive game throughout the entire of this match.
Halifax had a try just then, and I don't think would have happened in winter, would it?
Well, certainly not. You know, the hands were going right across the field. Everybody wanted to run, and you just can't cover a field this wide when people are prepared to unload the ball like that.
Thanks, Paul.
Another huge gap here, and this is a chance for Gillespie. He's missed the tackle, and Gillespie's in under the sticks. He got through 2 of them. McRae was the first one he skipped out of, and he managed to have enough pace to get away from Darren Shaw as well. And Gillespie with another Halifax try.
Well, tremendous work again. It was Halifax utilising that weak defence on the left. But good work by Jackson. Got the ball away, and Gillespie won through. McRae won't like to watch this again. He had him lined up, but the big fella went soaring through. Carl Gillespie finishes off again, but Schuster's neat little pass, Jackson did well. But this is not the best attempt. You can see that Gillespie used the left arm to just shove the back of Duncan McRae down, but the full-back won't want to watch that on many occasions.
Well, Gillespie went in without the boot that Duncan McRae had hold of. He held on to the boot, did McRae, but he didn't hold on to the legs of Carl Gillespie. And so Halifax here now in the shape of Schuster. He doesn't miss from there. That's another 2 points to their total. 24 points to 8. Fast, open, entertaining match we've got here.
3 men, look at that, going under the first man. There's open space. And once Jackson just offloads, Gillespie shows a lot of skill and strength.
Well, I fancy Tony Curry, who is the most demanding of Super League coaches, will be having kittens in the stand just now. But Steve Sims, the Halifax coach, he must be well pleased, because he has seen his side make that awful start to the season, and they really have bounced back with a vengeance now. They're playing well.
They surely are. They're getting things organised. They were rocked. Silly mistakes by Halifax early in this game allowed the Broncos to score 2 quick tries. And once the Broncos got back in, I thought that they would start taking control of the game, but they're having problems with that defence out wide, especially on the left.
Darren Shaw takes the Broncos to within a couple of metres of the 20-metre line. And the referee has seen a knock-on from Darren Shaw. He's not convinced himself, but he's absolutely right.
Lost ball. Trying to get up. As he was getting up and playing the football. Now then, no one in attendance. Just lost control. Another vital mistake.
Ace Ramon, the tackle was good from Tollett. Here's Carl Briggs again. Halifax spent 3 or 4 hours on the first team coach coming down here today. 4-3, the handling errors, London's favour. Then they had a quick run at the team hotel. And Steve Sims was in pretty good, confident frame of mind when I spoke to him just before. And Halifax here have a penalty.
Mestrov ripping the ball clean when you can see that Tony Ray is also in attendance at the tackle. You can't do that when there's more than one tackler. One-on-one okay. Anymore? No.
Gillespie. Good tackle from Russell Borden.
Big hit over the top from Mestrov too. They'll take their toll later in the game. There's been some big hits here.
Only 3 penalties as we approach half-time. Game being played, as most of them are in Super League these days, in fine spirit.
Beautiful tackle there from Little Langer.
But Halifax love to just keep this ball alive. Suilangi had to be a good tackle, and it was from Minto. Here now is Umanga and Kettridge, and Gillespie tried to keep the ball alive. It was a big hit by Ikram Butt.
It's back to 6.
6 to go then for Halifax. In charge here with Umanga again. Rowley is in at dummy half. The runner is Richard Marshall.
Well, we haven't seen the kick yet from the Halifax side. When they've been applying the pressure, they've virtually been all breakaway tries from the Blue Sox.
Here they go again, though, attacking that hole down the left-hand side of this Broncos defence. Ace Ramon is held, says referee Harrigan. Good ball, great run from Baldwin. And it had to be a good tackle from Borden, and it was. Just held him up in his stride a little. Schuster out wide to Bentley, they're in again. Bentley's in again, and Schuster and Bentley, who gets his second try, are ripping London apart down there. There has to be a big surgery job done by Tony Curry during the half-time break.
Well, I don't know about a cut. There's plenty of peeling out there. Schuster again. Tremendous stuff. They really did suck in the winger. A marvellous pass. Ball out wide to Rowley. Beautiful pass there from Kettridge, but the pass from Schuster was superb. There was just nothing that Maguire could do about that. Well, they're having problems out on that left-hand side again. You can see how they go through. Minto went for the inside pass, but it was a long ball out wide to the winger. Maguire, nowhere near. That is good play. And the Blue Sox have pulled them up very well indeed.
Well, the smile from John Bentley, but there is obviously a problem here for Mike Umanga, who takes a break with a problem, obviously, that will need attention. And Craig Dean comes on as Schuster lines up his 5th conversion attempt of this first half. Schuster not kicking well on that occasion, but before that brilliantly. 4 out of 4, and he looks over his shoulder and shakes his head. I don't think he's convinced with that decision.
Well, he might not be kicking well, but he's passing well. You can see how Minto comes through. He thinks that the man that's crossed is the one that's going to get it. It's too late. Minto sucked in. Bentley is in for another 4.
28 points to 18. Halifax Blue Sox ahead. And I fancy that Tony Curry of the London Broncos will want to get his side into the dressing rooms as quickly as possible at half-time. But as far as Halifax are concerned, Steve Sims, I think, would be quite pleased to allow Halifax just to turn round straight away and get the game underway again. They've made 14 clean breaks, Halifax, to London's 8. And just about the difference between the two sides of 6 there. They've nearly all have been scored. So, Bentley with 2 tries. And his last 3 minutes before the break, McRae, the last line of this London Broncos defence, and he really has been under pressure in the first half. And the Broncos, I think, will go off to a real ticking off from their coach Tony Curry. But Steve Sims will say to his side, well done, and let's have more second half. We'll debate this first half when we return. Stay where you are. John Minto, the winger. He, I suppose, almost as culpable as the rest in defence. He's been dragged in off his wing. Alarmingly, that's allowed space for Bentley and Schuster to expose. And I'm sure that Tony Curry will now have had his say. And I wonder what we will see from the Broncos in the second half. By the way, we hear that Mike Umanga has sprained his ankle. We saw him coming off, supported by the physiotherapist during the first half. Unlikely that we will see anything more of him then, as they restart. Do the Blue Sox, defending a 28-18 lead.
Well, I'm sure that their coach, Tony Curry, would have given them the rounds of that kitchen. They know what is needed, and that's to get back to the game plan, especially their one line of defence. That's the key. And whilst ever they have this man on the field, Tulson Tollett, who's made some good breaks in the first 40, they still have a chance.
Ray Allen has returned, and Russell Borden's gone off. Meanwhile, that kick was off the outside of the boot from Duncan McRae. It landed in the field of play, though, didn't go out on the full.
Hasn't been his day, I'm afraid. He intended that to be a bomb, which sliced off the outside of the boot. Got away with it, though. Didn't go out on the full. Did bounce. So, therefore, he does gain forward territory.
Just to back up the fact that Craig Dean, number 14, is on for Umanga for Halifax. Second half, and there he is, Dean, in the dummy half role. Gets the ball away to Tuilangi. Michael Jackson came on very early for Halifax. Mark Perrott going into the blood bin, and Michael Jackson has done a fine job since he came on the field.
Well, barely a minute before he made his entrance to the arena, and he made a wonderful break. So it's a good move by the coach, Steve Sims, to leave him out there. He's in fine form.
Kick was charged down. It's going to be 6 to go here.
Great work there by Tollett, but it was a good job that John Bentley was on hand. That really was experience showing there. Many a winger would have gone up the field expecting that kick, but he didn't take the gamble, John Bentley. He hung around to make sure that it was successful, and that saved a try.
Not playing the ball correctly is the referee's decision. So it's a penalty to the Broncos.
Well spotted by Bill Harrigan. It's been creeping back into our game for quite some time now, the last couple of weeks. Remember early in the season, a lot of the players were being penalised for it, for not using the foot. Kettridge the culprit. That won't please his coach, Steve Sims. But it could lift the Broncos.
This is Ikram Butt. He is grounded. 12 metres short of the line. Ray gets the pass away to Mestrov. Mestrov keeps the legs pumping. Desperate defence from Halifax to keep him out. Dangerous moments here for the Blue Sox. Oh, but not when you go without the ball.
Well, dearly me, Ray Allen was supposed to come back on the angle run, which he did, but he forgot the parcel.
Some errors from this London Broncos team. And Asa Amon not too happy with the attention from Steve Rosalind. Steve Sims, Halifax coach. Pleased enough, I'm sure. But he will be anxious that the Blue Sox score first in this second half.
He'll also be anxious to make sure that Halifax use up all the complement of 6 tackles and then get the big kick downfield.
Craig Dean combining well with Simon Baldwin, who plays the ball to Rowley. This is Amon again. Amon will drop the ball over the head of McRae now. That could easily have been a knock-on for mine, because he put his hands above his head and the ball came forward.
Well, it went backward according to the referee, Bill Harrigan, but I've seen plenty of those pulled up. To be fair to the referee, he shook his head straight away because the Halifax side asked the question. But a big let-off. He's not having the best of days, Duncan McRae. Had a fine game against Wigan last week. Well, I'm afraid he's been all at sea.
Ikram Butt takes the Broncos over the halfway line, gets the pass away, keeps the movement going. Darren Shaw, that draws applause from the Valley crowd, but Darren Shaw's lost it, although the ball was knocked out of him, and now Maguire's gone without it. And there are some calamitous errors being made by this Broncos side, which won't please Tony Curry.
Well, it was reefed out one-on-one. Jackson wasn't in attendance. That's why it was play on. Then the long ball out wide. Oh, dearie me. Mark Maguire. Well, we saw a quick glimpse of the London coach, Tony Curry. He just looked at the ground. It said it all.
Craig Dean. Dean, who has missed the last 2 matches, but he's still the joint leading try scorer for Halifax before the start of today's game.
Well, I get the impression, Eddie, that Tony Curry has to start looking at bringing on Leo Dinovet. He needs someone to add a little bit of a spark into this side.
Ball bouncing around there untidily. Tui Langi's pass was picked up then by Asa Ramon. This now is Ikoku.
Halifax quite happy just to keep reeling the ball. That's a bad mistake. There's a knock-on from Rowley. It wasn't the best play of the ball either from Ikoku. And the experienced Rowley there, it hit the leg first, but he made a meal of the second attempt. Thought he'd get away with it, but not with the referee standard of Bill Harrigan. And there is Dinovet warming up.
They're getting ready to bring him on maybe as McRae makes an angled run. Bentley. McRae's head went underneath the swinging arm. Minto. Good tackling up the middle from Richard Marshall. 20-year-old, another of the young guns, given his chance by Steve Sims. Never afraid to throw youth into the cauldron that is Super League. Rosalind, he gets the pass away.
The key now to London is not to panic. They're only 10 points adrift. There's plenty of time. Build up towards your attack.
Bentley has got the ball back and he says to Baldwin, I couldn't give it you, you'd overrun me.
Well, another mistake by the centre, and I'm afraid he must be running a thin line before being replaced by Tony Curry. Penalty for reefing the ball away. Little half-back, Kevin Langer. Well, frustration showing on his face, and that ball has nearly knocked Eddie's head off.
I've waved the white flag, though.
Much to my disappointment, deducting time.
Well, Halifax ahead by 10 points, and it will no doubt be pleasing the 17-year-old Lee Knowles, who is a second-row forward, who signed for Halifax in May 1994 as a 15-year-old. But he was a member of the Blue Sox Alliance team, which won the Division 1 championship in centenary season, and he's out injured at the moment. He's currently in Ward 1 of the spinal injuries unit at Pinderfields Hospital in Wakefield, and everybody at the Blue Sox send him their best wishes for a speedy recovery, as we all do here on Sky Sports. And I'm sure that this display from Halifax, to this moment anyway, is doing his recovery the power of good. All the best to you, Lee.
Well, the impact there, Tuilagi not being able to control that football. And let's hope he has a speedy recovery. And 10 points in the lead, that will definitely please him. But it's still not enough to start relaxing. Halifax know there's still a long way to go in this game.
Good tackle on Strutton coming in then from Tuilagi. Now Ikram Butt trying to get away from Bald when he does that. Can't get away though from Craig Dean. Stuck to the task well then, did Dean. Ray Allen again powering it in. Back it comes. But it's stiff and solid defence from Michael Jackson. Langer, Tollett to Mestrov. Tried to go through the hole. Quick play the ball here is needed. McRae still gets the pass out wide. Nowhere for Minto to go. And it was on the last. They took the option of the power play.
They really should have gone for the kick though. Applied the pressure. And Duncan McRae, the kicker, had been tackled there. So he was in a poor position. He couldn't get back in time to utilise the kick. But Kevin Langer, he's experienced enough to get the toe to the football.
The word from the touchline is that the Broncos are preparing to bring Leo Denver on to try and turn this game round. And it will be Kevin Langer who will come off eventually, but Michael Jackson takes the tackle. Denver itching to get on the field, to have perhaps as big an impact as he did last week against Wigan. Bentley, meanwhile, three have got him. Not Bentley, it's Briggs. Three have got him.
Much better defence from the Broncos. See, they're moving forward, applying the pressure. Oh, that's a nice kick. Well taken, though, by McRae.
Yes, he'll run it back for the zero tackle. The shout from the referee, Bill Harrigan. The tackle was held. Minto goes off on the run. Good tackling, though, from Gillespie. And Denver comes on. And a buzz goes round this ground because Denver has appeared on the scene. And this perhaps is the man most likely to turn this situation round for the Broncos. Fresh legs as well.
He'll need to be in top form because the Halifax defence is solid. One straight line and good work from the second marker too.
And they've got them. Well, they've got, I was going to say he's got the Broncos for obstruction, but the penalty has gone the Broncos' way.
It was moving off the mark a little bit too. I was talking about the work from the second mark, and you see that Rowley, he moved from the first marker a little bit too quick for the likes of Bill Harrigan.
That's a good ball up the middle, and that's Maguire again. The man, of course, is on a hat-trick. In goes Ray. Shaw. Gillespie sticks to his task well, with a bit of help from Jackson, brings him down. Here's Denver in space. He finds Tollett. Tollett taking them on, lovely step. Has support there from Rosalind, but the referee has called it back for forward. Forward pass, says Bill Harrigan. Tollett doesn't believe it.
Well, he's the man that we said that could shake the feathers. Perhaps a little bit forward there. Moves forward Steve Rosalind. You see better from the high shot. Yep. And once again, tremendous positioning by the Australian Bill Harrigan, the referee. He's as fit as a player, as I can assure you, as all the referees are these days. They need to be.
Space here for Schuster. Schuster gets the pass out to Bentley. Bentley fancies taking him on again down the touchline. He's cut inside Minto. He's got support with him from Dean. Minto just gets back to him second effort, and he had to as well. A try was beckoning Bentley. This is Dean, Craig Dean. Into all the heavy traffic, Dinova there, Minto there, and McRae, who limps away. Briggs to Baldwin, Baldwin to Amon, Amon to Gillespie, over the top to Tuilangi. Tuilangi will score. Tuilangi gets the try. And Halifax, they switch that attack from right to left. Right across the face of play, and Tuilangi gets only his second try in Super League.
Tuilangi may have scored, but put it down to this man. John Bentley, his second effort. He knew there was nowhere to go, and he came back on the inside, and his upper body strength made him away. He did not panic. John Minto got to him, and from there, the quick link. Lovely long ball out wide. Amon. Ah, super stuff. That is great play. Gillespie out wide. And Tuilangi. That will lift the spirits of the Halifax squad. He took it well from Gillespie. Ray tried hard, but didn't have the impact. He's a big boy, this centre. And what a time to score. But what a great break from John Bentley.
Bentley created it with his 5th clean break tonight. Sensational stuff from the England and Great Britain winger. Tuilangi scored it though. He scored in the win at the Stoop last November. And he scored on his first full appearance since the 18-all draw at Workington in May. Tuilangi's a Western Samoan Rugby Union international formally, and this is a Western Samoan Rugby League international, John Schuster, who is about to take the conversion attempt. Oh, he's a great kicker, is Schuster. He really is. 18 points to 34, and Halifax now have a little bit of breathing space.
The Broncos' defence should have been where those 3 dots were. Look where they are. They're opposite to what they should be. 3 sucked in. It was just a matter of time. Neat play. Beautiful stuff there from Amon that sent Gillespie away, and Gillespie gets the ball out wide. That was a superb try.
So the Broncos really do have it all to do. Ray gets the pass away once more, and that's a much better run. A belligerent run it was from Rosalind. This is Mestrov, but the Halifax defence is standing firm. Gillespie and Kettridge doing a good job. Michael Jackson's gone off, and Mark Perrott has come back from the blood bin in that first half.
Well, it's going to need something exceptional now from the London Broncos to get out of this. The missed tackles and errors from the Broncos in defence really has been a key factor. And not more so than the 2 centres, Strutton and Maguire. Their defence, they've missed 5 between them. But the fullback McRae, he's only made 2 complete, but missed 4. It tells it all.
They lost the ball here, the Broncos. The pass not good enough, and Perrott able to get the possession back for Halifax. That's why Ace Ramon plays the ball here to Rowley, and this now is Dean.
It was desperation, wasn't it, by Shaw to try to keep this alive, to try to just kick-start this Broncos side, who midway through this first half, in the first half, looked as though they had everything under control, and have just fallen apart.
Briggs through the gap. McRae goes off to be replaced by Kevin Langer again. So Dinova, he is the man playing now at full back. Ray dummy half. Langer and Tollett. Good tackling again then on Graham Strutton. Now Ikram Butt unloads the pass, but it goes back to Halifax, and here's Schuster, and they've got 2-on-1 here with Schuster and Bentley round the outside, and will score the hat-trick. He stuck to the touchline like glue and just stayed in the field of play. And John Bentley gets a hat-trick. Tremendous stuff from the winger.
Ball out wide, it was a mistake. They tried to keep it alive. Schuster, superb play there. And this was oh John, no John, because Minto on this occasion missed him. But it's yes John for this fella, John Bentley. But Schuster's display was good work by Rowley. This ball from Ikram Butt goes loose, and I think you'll find that it's Rowley that got the ball back. But look how he went there. He carries the ball in the right arm, fends with the left. Minto had no chance. What a fine game. The winger John Bentley is back to his best. Quick hands, and Schuster, look how he went in and out. Delayed the pass superbly, just enough to attract Minto to him. Gave a little bit of breathing space for Bentley. And surely that will wrap it up. What a fine combination. Schuster and this winger.
Tremendous try from John Bentley, very much back to his best here today on this evidence. And Schuster, he does not miss those. Another 2 points for Halifax, 18 points to 40. Schuster with the tried and trusty boot. But Bentley, 2 tries in the Regal Trophy win against London in November, 10 tries last season, 29 the previous campaign. And he has made it 7 in Super League for himself here today with the hat-trick.
Well, they are stunned, the Bronco players and the fans. Tremendous effort to come away from Central Park with 1 point last week. But they have been blitzed by a Halifax side that were very cold early in the piece. 2 early mistakes allowed London to get there, and that's another one from the Broncos.
That's Mark Maguire who dropped that one. And they are getting from bad to worse.
But you can't take anything away from the Halifax Blue Sox. They really did roll their sleeves up, got back into the swing of things, tested their arm, especially getting the ball out wide. And the way that Schuster and Bentley are combining, why not?
Schuster again. He's having a field day, Schuster. He really is. Martin Moana takes the tumble, plays the ball to Rowley. Craig Dean. Dean to Briggs. Briggs just has to take the tackle. Number 27, you see there, Michael Brown has come on for London, and with a quarter of the match still to go, London, I understand, have used up all their substitutes, so Tony Curry has no further options.
Bit of a panic kick from Esa Amon then. But great defence. They really are working hard. Ikoko there coming in off the wing, making sure he trails his opposite number, Ikram Butt, and he's in there again. That's got to be a penalty though.
Yes, interference as Roslin got to his feet. Mestrov rather got to his feet to play the ball.
Just pushed him down, Ikoko, but he's working hard in defence. Well, what a turnaround. Halifax had an awful start to this Super League season. And full credit to their coach, Steve Sims. He stuck with the players and said they'll come good. Well, they certainly have, haven't they?
This is probably their best performance of the season so far we're watching here. Tollett drags the ball back on the inside. That was Strutton. Good, strong, firm defence again. Ikram Butt gets the pass away to Dinova. They're desperate to keep the ball alive. Allen to Ray to Mestrov. Interception. Bentley straight between the posts. Minto can pack up the chase. Bentley scored. 4th try for Bentley. Just checking with the referee that the try's been given. And the try was given.
Well, they took the gamble. Mestrov tried to get a ball out wide, but you can see there that Bentley, he read it well. Mark Maguire was supposed to get it. He didn't. John Bentley did. Oh, that is super stuff. Sniffs out the tries, looks at the referee. Bill Hannigan and says, where were you? He read it well. He really does know the game of rugby league inside out. A cheeky chappie. Enjoys himself both on and off the field. He'll enjoy scoring that one. They are just being blitzed now. Where were you? Harrigan has a smile, but not as big as John's.
3 tries in a 9-minute spell for Halifax, and he's made 7 clean breaks, and he's scored with 4 of them. Schuster bang in front, makes no mistake again. 46-18. Well, who would have predicted this? They're playing so well away from home, Halifax. If they could only transfer this sort of form to Thrum Hall, they would be a power again. But I wonder what thoughts are going through Tony Curry's mind now. Saw his side play so well at Wigan last Sunday, and we take nothing away at all from Halifax, but he has seen his side play so poorly here today. Mind you, you're only allowed, Steve-O, to play as well as the opposition allows.
The missed errors, the missed tackles, they all count, and they really do hurt Australian coaches who depend a lot on their one-line formation in defence. But as you say, when you get the likes of John Schuster and John Bentley in this form, there's the missed tackles. London 25, Halifax 15. And from the 10 difference, perhaps at least 4 of those of 4 tries for Halifax have come about. It's been a nightmare on the left-hand side in defence for the Broncos.
Tollett with the kick just too deep. Right, let's go downstairs and hear what Paul Cullen's thinking about it all. He's our special guest tonight, and he's with Alistair.
Paul Cullen, how does a team go from a superb performance at Central Park to a fairly poor one today?
Well, I think the key to the demise of the Broncos in this match has been the absence of Terry Mattison. They have drove well on occasions, and Meistrop, I think, has been superb. He's made his yardage. They've got to the position that they want to get, and when they get there, they've lost the ball. They haven't completed a decent set of 6, and Mattison is the man who makes them tick in that area. They've lost the ball. They're going backwards and in defence. Fatigue sets in, and Halifax are growing in confidence. And with Bentley in this kind of form, every time he gets the ball in his hands, he's making yards for fun. I think only Tulson Tollett in the Broncos attack can offer any kind of resistance in this match.
On the positive side for yourself, clearly you're quite pleased for Warrington point of view. This is good for the top 4.
Well, certainly we certainly didn't expect Bradford to go down, and I thought that the Broncos would have been in far better form in this match than they have been. But the big factor, in my opinion, is the absence of Terry Mattison.
Terry Mattison not there for the Broncos, but John Bentley most certainly is for Halifax, and his 4 tries today has equalled the Super League record established by Danny Arnold earlier in the season, the St Helens winger. He also got 4 tries, so a new Super League record beckons for Bentley, but he won't be too interested in that. The only thing he'll be interested in is that scoreline.
Want a bet? I know John, if the message gets out to him, he'll want one more.
That ball dropped off Bentley, went backwards. Fullback Amon was able to pick it up.
Came off the shoulder, but it did go backwards, so that's okay.
I must say, Steve-O, he looked at the coolest person in the Valley when I spoke to him just before the match. John Bentley he was sitting watching the academy game, and I noticed he'd got quite a decent tan, and I asked him how he'd got it, and he said he'd come down on the top of the bus. He'd been strapped to the roof of the bus, and that's where he got his suntan from. He's in great form.
Well, I suppose that's what you could call team spirit. You strap a player to the top of the bus. Probably talks too much, but he's had a fine game. He does his talking out there on the paddock, and boy, we've had a lot of troubles trying to stop him. It's been a nightmare though in defensive quality for the Broncos. As Paul Cullen mentioned, they certainly have missed Terry Mattison, but Terry Mattison can't do the tackling when he's off the field. And this London Broncos side can look forward to a very hard training. Tony Curry is a very hard taskmaster.
Martin Kettridge and Gillespie, you might have noticed, going off. They have done a ton of work today for this Halifax cause. He played so well, as indeed have all the Halifax players. They've come down here and they've taken the game to the Broncos. Many people would have made London the favourites. Here's Michael Brown. Denver. Good run from Denver. Roslin to Tollett. Tollett dabs it through. It's well picked up though by Tuilangi, but he can't get out of jail. He's trapped in goal by Langer. It'll be a dropout from underneath their own sticks.
He enjoys his football, doesn't he, Ferretti Tuilangi? And there's a nice little kick from Tolson Tollett, who's had a fine game. Well chased by the little half-back Kevin Langer. He's tried hard, but only Tolson Tollett has been the man to break down this pretty solid defence. Roslin scored a nice try in the first half when, on the few occasions that Halifax defence was caught napping, but other than that, Steve Sims, their coach, will be very pleased with this. It's been a grand display, especially with their markers in and around the play-the-ball area.
Allen keeps it going, and again he doesn't play the ball properly. Just flicked it back between his legs, and that's an easy penalty to concede.
Well, I don't know what he was trying to do there. It's, as he started to play Australian rules, or what? Uh-oh. Well, that's another error, another mistake. That will be highlighted by the coach, Tony Carey.
The Broncos today were coming into this match looking for their third game unbeaten, which would have been their best sequence of the season so far, but Halifax have had a big say in the fact that they won't be recording their best sequence of the season. 11 minutes, slightly less to go, 46-18, and Halifax still looking for more. Darren Shaw got a hand to that. It's going to be 6 more here. Craig Dean picks up the ball for the Blue Sox.
Well, you mentioned that they were looking for something there. You can see Shaw's hand getting definitely to it. Well spotted by Bill Harrigan. The thing about the London Broncos, with having so many home games, their coach Tony Carey wanted to make this the valley of death, to make sure that teams coming down would be frightened, but not at this display. Hardly puts fear into the opposition when you're 46-18 down on your home ground.
Yes, they won't be pleased. A moan, but Halifax will be delighted. It's been a superb display from them. Rowley up the middle. Rowley, he's got space ahead of him. He's given it to Baldwin, and Baldwin thought about stretching the arm out, but it was a good tackle from Darryl Pitt. This is Briggs. He's just forced back. He's almost trying to get the ball down over the line. Held up, tackle just short. It's the turnover on the last.
Well, it was worth the run, wasn't it? And it was worth the effort from Briggs there, but what a great run from Paul Rowley. We mentioned before the game that Rowley's running from dummy half would be pretty significant in this result. He's had a fine game. He's worked hard in the dummy half position. This is the run there. He's so quick off the mark. It looked as though he was going to pass the ball.
Briggs and Dean, good tackle.
Another good run from Mestrov. He's been one of the stars for the Broncos today. He's worked hard.
Roslin dummy half, Langer, Tollett. Tollett chipping it over the top, running into Michael Jackson. And what's more, Jackson moving to bring him down.
Yep. Made no intention to go for that football, Jackson. Clattered Tollett. Actually, I think Jackson was looking up to find himself to have 10 minutes in the sin bin for clearly a professional foul.
Mestrov. Good tackle by Jackson then. Langer, Tollett, Strutton. Oh, crunch tackle from Tuilangi.
He's enjoying himself out there as a big centre.
Denver. Mark Perrott didn't take the dummy. Ray, little signal, he's going that way, and he does, with Roslin. Back then to Shaw. Maguire, out the back door, Shaw again. stern defence.
Shaw was looking to get the ball out wide, but who was there? John Bentley. He was sniffing for another intercept.
Tollett drops it again.
Trying to keep the ball alive back on the inside, but Tollett just couldn't drag it in. So many chances have gone begging by simple mistakes from the Broncos. Allen tries to keep the ball alive. He should have taken that.
I fancy the Broncos are in for a hard week in training. On Mr. Curry. Here's Bentley again. Taking him on the outside again, and Minto slipped once more. Jackson puts it down, and Jackson blows a certain try because the Broncos again were sliced.
Once again, the left-hand side carries the ball. Evasive. Look at the look on Jackson's face there. A chance gone begging. Not more so because back on the inside was Carl Briggs supporting John Minto. Again, missing his opposite number. He'll remember John Bentley for a long, long time.
Tollett is tackled on the halfway line. Maguire, Langer, Strutton. Ikram Butt has been playing with the sleeve almost missing from his jersey for the past 20 minutes or so.
Well, perhaps he'll feel a bit cooler, but that's about all.
Brown tries to wrestle his way away from Jackson, couldn't do so. Baldwin was there as well. Shaw,
Good
the
work.
middle he goes.
Good work again by the defence there. You can see Halifax don't want them to score. They really are not just hanging back. Oh,
Minto with a try. Couple of missed tackles then, and the defence for once melted away. John Minto gets the try.
Well, I really put the mockers on them. Give them praise for such solid defence, but good work by Shaw. Kept the ball alive. Back on the inside, Diniver brings the winger through. You can see the sliding defence has gone astray. Carl Briggs, the sweeper, was nowhere there. Consolation try for the winger, John Minto. Good work from Shaw. You'll see Diniver bring it back on the angle. Good work by the winger. They held off.
Minto with the try then. And here's Maguire with the conversion attempt, which is good. 24 points to 46, a little more respectable for as far as London are concerned. But with 5 minutes now exactly to go, the defeat staring them in the face. Ikram Butt has changed jerseys just to tidy things up for himself. The arm was out of his number 19. He's now wearing number 1. Bentley. Well, he's enjoying every minute of this. In the sort of form that produced him a couple of Great Britain caps and those 4 England caps. Just giving a little nudge to coach Phil Larder, bearing in mind maybe not the European Championship, Steve-O, but without doubt the tour at the end of the year, that Bentley, on his day, one of the form wingers of the Super League. Rowley has got Baldwin, ton of support, and that is Martin Moana. And Martin Moana says whatever the Broncos can do, the Blue Sox can do as well. The Broncos getting a try, so Halifax just step up the gas, go up the other end, and get one themselves.
Keeping the ball alive, another great run from Rowley. Nice play there. Perry, get it out wide. The Koku, watch the hooker, throws a little dummy, size through the defence. Good support play. Oh, that really is good stuff. The substitute, Martin Moana, be happy with that. And why not? The nearest man to him is the referee, Bill Harrigan. He's had a fine game too.
Martin Moana, formerly with the Auckland Warriors last season. Schuster, 7 from 8. Make that 8 out of 9 for John Schuster. And Halifax, a big win here in London, 24-52.
Look at that big area, open for anybody. And they went through onto it. The big fella, Parrott, back on the inside. That really was good support play. And not the best day for the London Bronco coach, Tony Carey. All their players, they have been blitzed.
But a tremendous day for Halifax and their coach, Steve Sims. The game plan, no wonder he's having a little laugh and a joke as we approach the full-time siren. He knows it's a job well done. And the game plan has worked to perfection here, just as it did for Tony Curry last week. Now then, Friday, we're live and exclusive at Central Park for the match of the season. Wigan against the Saints, top 2, next Friday at 7. I trust you will join us for that. There's talk that the Super League title could be decided that night. I think it might go a little bit further than that myself, Steve-O.
Yep.
But it will be a match of monumental importance in this first Super League season.
Wouldn't miss it for quids. Excitement galore there, I'm sure.
Halifax keeping the ball alive, not content with what they've got. They keep looking for more. It's been a comprehensive victory by them. In League and Cup now in the sequence against the Broncos, it's played 9 and played 10 rather, and Halifax have got 8 wins to London's 2 as we enter the last minute.
John Bentley did well to keep this ball alive there, even though it did go forward, so surely that would have to be deemed as the first knock on. So the Broncos will have head and feed.
Tollett. Dinova was out of the traps then like a hare. I think he was expecting a little chip over the top from Tollett. None was forthcoming. Langer, Minto. Solid defence again. Langer to Ray, to Tollett, to Mestrov. Up the middle goes Mestrov. He has been one of their most impressive, there's no doubt.
It's worked hard. But unlike the Halifax pack, which have shared the work, done all the hard graft and then made sure that they got the link working. Get the 3/4 into full flight, and there it is.
It's all over. And Halifax have come up with an excellent win here in London against the Broncos. It's certainly been Halifax's day, and most certainly John Bentley's day. 4 tries from him, a couple of them so memorable as he cut in and out, hugged the touchline, beat everyone for pace. Schuster kicked immaculately as well. It has been a terrific day for Halifax, and 4 tries for John Bentley as they have ripped London Broncos apart. Final score, London 24, Halifax 52. Points to 24. Bentley with 4 tries, Umanga, Tuilangi, Schuster, Gillespie, Moana. Schuster kicked 8 goals, and London in the end had no answer to the Halifax Blue Sox, and no doubt who the man of the moment is, John Bentley.
John Bentley, what a day for you. Enjoyed that, I bet.
Very much so. It's been a long time coming for me. I've had a very slow start to my season, and it's finally come together today, although I've got the easy part on the end of the line. It's the lads in the middle of the field who do all the hard work and set up the position for me, but yeah, it's very, very nice.
Clearly a pitch like this, conditions like this, just suited for the winger.
Fantastic, yeah, it's beautiful ground. A bit narrow for us, really, but it is nice, a nice stadium, and it'd be nice to play in one of these every week.
Were you aware that one more try would have got you a Super League record for an individual haul?
I think the touch judge was, who just allowed one in the top corner over there, so he's probably got a bet on with somebody. But no, I'm not really bothered about records like that, and I'm not bothered about scoring the tries, although it's nice, it takes a bit of pressure off. The thing is, we've travelled down in the day, and we're travelling back this evening. The only down point is we're not allowed any beer on the coach. But yeah, I'm not too bothered who scores the points. It's a team effort, and we've